When you go to naturallyinspiredstore.com, there's a little button there. It says December specials. You want to click on that because when you click on that, it takes you to our December special flip book. Now, you'll see the first one on there is my favorite, the buy one, get one free immune collagen. But if you go a couple of clicks back, just a few more, there's another one that I want you to pay attention to. It's liquid minerals. And these liquid minerals are a great price right now. You get buy one, get one for $34.99. So you get two for $34.99. Liquid minerals. That's a fantastic deal. So you can get to it by going to naturallyinspiredstore.com and clicking on the December specials. It'll take you to the flip book, and you just got to hit the side button a few times, and the liquid minerals will come up. Now, why do I bring up liquid minerals? Because I want to talk about mineral deficiency to you. And the reason why is because I'm getting a lot of comments and questions on my health text line about some of these signals coming from your body. And I'm like, oh, that's mineral deficiency. That's mineral deficiency. So let's talk about it. What is it? What is it? Mineral deficiency occurs when the body lacks essential minerals like magnesium, zinc, iron, iodine, potassium, selenium, sodium, calcium, and that's needed for enzyme activity. Okay, so very important for nerve signaling and for hormone production. So, you get yourself into a position of like insulin resistance. We've talked about that, right? Insulin resistance, insulin's a hormone. It's a growth hormone. When you have insulin resistance, a lot of times your body will store fat in the liver. So you'll get somebody tell you have a fatty liver. Also, it will even grow skin tags. The body will grow skin tags because it's a growth hormone. That's what insulin is. So when you find yourself in a situation like that, well, then that leads to elevated, cortisol levels, and it's kind of a cascading effect, especially, if you're, over 50 or so and you have dropping estrogen levels, dropping testosterone levels. It's like, I say this all the time, but I don't know that people really hear it when you don't really isolate one thing, they think, oh, well, I've been having this issue, something like, nerve issues, right? I've been having nerve issues. That's what we're focused on. But that's not the only thing going on in your body because you're a synergistic being. So if you're depleted in minerals, you may be focused on one signal, but understand that there's more going on. Right? Because you're deficient in this. Okay, so soil depletion is food depletion. And we know the state of our soils. Modern farming has stripped minerals from our soil. Even a healthy diet can be mineral poor if the soil your food came from was depleted. So, there's a lot of allopathic doctors out there still telling people, if you get on supplements and expensive urine, I'm like, go away. I don't even know how you could possibly say that. We have studies now that I think it's like a ridiculous amount, like a cup of spinach from the 50s to have the nutrient equivalent today. I don't want to quote it, but it's like 30, 40 cups of spinach you'd have to eat today to get the same nutrient equivalent today. And you taste it. I taste it. When I grow spinach here in our garden, it tastes different. When it comes right out of our garden, it tastes different. Of course, I've amended my soils. And I don't monocrop, right? I turn that thing over every year. I'm always rotating my crops, and we have plenty of manure and all that stuff. So, but the spinach tastes different. It almost tastes like, this is going to sound funny, but it's like more planty. It tastes more planty. Okay, so there's something to that. And so to think that our food, the industrialized food system that our food is coming out of. It just doesn't, it's got way less nutrition in it than it used to. Also, poor absorption, right? So poor intake. A lot of people dealing with leaky gut, right? They're dealing with blocked detox pathways. So it can be tough for absorption. You can eat minerals and still be deficient because of low stomach acid, because of gut inflammation or dysbiosis. Also, medications, right? Medications like antacids, PPIs, even metformin and antibiotics. They deplete you of minerals. Chronic stress burns minerals. Ooh, yeah. So stress rapidly depletes magnesium, zinc, potassium, sodium, and cortisol causes increased urinary loss of minerals. Okay, so if you have high cortisol, it increases urinary loss of minerals, creating a vicious cycle. Ultra-processed foods displace minerals. Processed foods are calorie-dense, mineral-poor, often high in refined carbohydrates and seed oils that increase mineral demand without supplying any. Detoxification and illness increase mineral needs. So when the body's fighting infection, okay, detoxing from chemicals or heavy metals, or healing from injury or chronic illness, mineral requirements go up, not down. Okay, symptoms are often misdiagnosed from as something else when it's actually mineral deficiency. Anxiety and depression, big one. Okay, because if you're deficient, especially in magnesium, you're going to feel anxious. And you're going to have different expression in mood. Fatigue is another one. Muscle cramps and twitching. I burn through magnesium fast. And if I let myself go without it for a while, I get the eye twitches. That's magnesium. That's magnesium. Any kind of twitching, restless leg. Okay. What else? Heart palpitations can come from mineral deficiency. Blood sugar instability, also again, hormone imbalance. Okay. So these things, you go to the doctor, you say, oh, I got anxiety. They give you some pills. You go, oh, I got this chronic fatigue. They give you some pills. You go, oh, my heart. And they give you some pills, blood sugar, pills, injection, hormone, HRT. Like they're always throwing pills at you, right? Nobody ever says what's root cause of this, right? So you can quiet the signals from your body with medication. Absolutely. You can quiet it, but you don't fix it because only the body heals. And you're not deficient in pharmaceuticals. You're not. You're deficient sometimes in minerals because your food is deficient. So minerals don't just build the body, they regulate every signal that keeps it alive. So you have to mineralize, you have to make sure that you're getting these things. And the only way to really make sure you're getting them is to supplement, because we don't really know. We can eat as healthy as we know how to do, but doesn't guarantee the quality of the food that we're intaking, right? So take advantage of the buy one, get one deal at naturallyinspiredstore.com. Those are great minerals. So some things that you want to just make sure that you're keeping on top of, right? A lot of people with fatigue, this is a big one, especially the muscle cramps or the shaky legs or the twitching. Listen, this is all communication coming from your body, right? Even a lot of questions about hair loss recently. Hair loss can be attributed to deficiency in minerals as well. And, it's interesting because I first learned about minerals from one of my teachers, and he was a veterinarian. And when animals are low in minerals, they'll go around and they'll, lick dirt. They'll gnaw on fences. They'll lick, metal or whatever. And that's a sign when as a veterinarian, that, oh, we need to mineralize this herd, or, mineralize this flock or what have you. But here we are as humans. We got all the signals going on, but somehow we think the answer is pharmaceuticals to silence the communication. That's why a lot of veterinarians, they know simple solutions. It's not that they're being holistic. It's that they were taught that in vet school, that animals get deficient in certain minerals and you have to supplement them with things. Otherwise, the outcomes are bad, right? And that's, very, very normal behavior in the veterinarian world, but somehow in the human world, oh, no, you don't supplement. No, that's just expensive urine, you guys. That's just, you guys, it's a con. It's a con. And, we've got to be more skeptical when it comes to these pharmaceutical solutions. Like I said, there's a place for pharma, but there's so many things you can try before you try, taking pills for the rest of your life. Just imagine that, you got twitchy legs. Okay, I got twitchy legs. I got to go on this pharmaceutical because I got twitchy legs. Oh, great. That really made my legs less twitchy. But you know what? The body doesn't know that. The body goes, oh, okay. Silence that signal. Guess what? Here's another one. Because the body never stops trying to communicate with you. Never. It'll reroute things. It'll say, okay, you shut that off, but here's another one. Like, it will keep trying to signal to you because it is in your DNA to keep you alive and thriving. That's what it knows how to do. And so it's designed to do that. It's going to continue to set off that check engine light. It's just going to do it in a different way. That's actually a pretty good analogy when you think about it, right? Like a lot of people, check engine light comes on, they can't figure out what's wrong with it. They just, put a piece of tape over the check engine light, or they just keep driving with it on, or they try this or they try that, and then they just give up. They just drive around with the check engine light on. Well, eventually what's going to happen? The car craps out. Right? Because enough is enough. It can't keep going. And when our check engine light comes on, that's what we just want to shut the light off. Well, when you're taking pills, all you're doing is putting a piece of tape over the check engine light, essentially. You're not getting to root cause. You need minerals. You have receptors for minerals. They help your body function. Magnesium alone is responsible for over 300 functions in the body. Very important. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. We'll see you in a few days.